This is Rummy's Corner. When Lennox Lewis beat Evander Holyfield in November 1999 to become the undisputed world heavyweight champion, American dominance over the heavyweight landscape came to an abrupt end. Over the last 23 plus years since, the division has been ruled by Lennox Lewis from the UK, the brothers Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko from the Ukraine, and today the top two heavyweights in the world are Tyson Fury from the UK and Alexander Usyk from the Ukraine. Not that America hasn't had any heavyweight champions. We have, most notably Deontay Wilder, who had made 10 consecutive title defenses of the WBC belt between 2015 and 2019. But since Holyfield lost against Lennox, no American heavyweight has been the top dog in boxing's marquee weight class. But even without American heavyweight dominance, for a long stretch this century, the United States has still often held claim to the best boxer in the world, with Floyd Mayweather Jr. being the big standout as not only the top American boxer, but the top boxer in the entire world of professional boxing. But in the blink of an eye, Floyd Mayweather has effectively been retired since 2015, notwithstanding the fact he had a final professional bout in 2017. Since Floyd's retirement, a bunch of different boxers have been jockeying for the position of becoming the true heir to Floyd, the former universally recognized pound-for-pound king of boxing. The top guys in recent years have included the likes of Usyk, Inoue, and Canelo, although Americans Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. have both found themselves in the mix, but not quite at the very top of the mountain. But nobody has truly seized the title of pound-for-pound king for any definitive stretch since Floyd retired. And with each passing year, Spence and Crawford get older and older, and the prospects of them fighting each other seem dimmer and dimmer. Although hope runs eternal, regardless of whether a showdown between Spence and Crawford ever happens, and regardless of whether the winner of that bout still had time to properly establish himself as a true pound-for-pound king, with universal recognition in the same capacity of the great Floyd Mayweather Jr., time just isn't on their side to have the type of dominant longevity celebrated by Mayweather. If there is one American boxer today who can potentially become a dominant American boxing force in the future, keyword here being potentially, I think that boxer is none other than the 24-year-old undisputed world lightweight champion, Devin The Dream Haney. Again, I'm not saying he is going to become the next dominant American boxer, and even if he does wind up becoming such down the road, that doesn't mean he'll ever necessarily be on the same level as Mayweather. But all the same, Haney is an extremely talented and intelligent young American champion who has all the tools that he can potentially become the real deal, and perhaps even one of the greats. To that end, Haney is already off to a hell of a start. Last year, Haney traveled to Australia when he defeated unified lightweight champion George Kambosos Jr. to become the first undisputed world lightweight champion during the modern four-belt era. And in doing so, he became the first undisputed champion at lightweight since the great Pernell Whitaker accomplished that feat back in the early 1990s. Last October, Haney and Kambosos had an immediate rematch, where Haney again traveled to Australia and once again outclassed Kambosos in his home country. Haney is a perfect 6-0 in championship fights, including the big unification showdown against Kambosos for all the lightweight marbles. And what's more impressive about Haney in those performances is the fact that he has largely dominated his competition without the need to take things out of first gear. His most challenging fight to date was back in May 2021, when he squared off against former 3-division champion Jorge Linares. Haney outboxed Linares for most of the contest, but near the end of round 10, Linares caught him good with a short combination that appeared to have Haney hurt. But Haney persevered, and he was able to neutralize Jorge's attacks down the final stretch in the championship rounds to win a 12-round unanimous decision. Haney is a smooth operator with a tremendous ability to control the range and dictate the tempo. The Dream is an extremely intelligent boxer with a solid versatile jab and a snappy right hand, which he does so very well to disguise. And he also throws a mean uppercut. On the defensive end, Haney provides a slippery and elusive target, and he is very well versed in the art of smothering an opponent's work on the inside. Haney is very patient with his varied approach, and his ample bag of tricks serve him well behind the foundation of good movement and outstanding reflexes and agility. If there is one area where Haney's game is perhaps lacking, it is the absence of a sustained body attack where he tends to neglect the midsection. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, Haney has a difficult challenge on the horizon in the form of one Vasyl Lomachenko. Assuming this fight comes together in late May as rumor has it, Haney will square off against a highly skilled, extremely intelligent, tricky customer in his own right. Lomachenko himself has been a big part of the discussion regarding the pound-for-pound king in the post-Mayweather era. Lomachenko is a 3-division world champion. He is arguably the greatest amateur boxer of all time, and he has been regarded as one of the very best boxers in the world over the last several years. The fight against Lomachenko is certainly no give-me for Haney, and indeed, this one is very much a 50-50 pick'em type of fight as I see it. So when it comes to the question of whether or not Devin The Dream Haney is the future of American boxing, well, the fact of the matter is, a matchup against Lomachenko is something that should prove mighty revealing in terms of whether Haney's unbridled potential can potentially be realized. Lomachenko has the stuff that he may be able to force Haney to turn it up a few gears out of his comfort zone. That alone could be revealing. And regardless of how that one unfolds, assuming it happens, Haney's days at 135 are probably coming toward an end sooner than later regardless. And when Haney inevitably makes the jump to 140, a slew of new questions come into play as to how his skills and attributes will match up against the elites from a higher division. Either way, I for one am interested in seeing how Haney progresses. And as far as young American talent goes today, no disrespect to Shakur Stevenson, but right now, in my honest opinion, if I had to venture a guess about the top American boxer in the world a few years down and beyond, I think Devin The Dream Haney has as good a chance of becoming the future of American boxing as anyone out there right now. But then again, what the hell do I know? I ain't exactly Quasimodo over here. So what do you think? Is Devin The Dream Haney the future of American boxing? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.
You know, Quasimodo predicted all this.